Hey guys, this is Amit and you're watching Tech Dad. In this video, we are going to compare between Vivo V23 5G versus OnePlus Nord 2 5G. And we will discuss which one is better in camera, performance, display, body of the devices, features, communication chips, and about the prices. In the end of the video, I will tell you which one is better according to me. So watch this video till the end. So without wasting any time, let's start the video. Let the comparison start with the camera of the devices. Talking about the rear camera of the devices, V23 have triple camera setup, 64 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera and 2 megapixel of macro camera. Whereas Nord 2 comes with triple camera setup also, starting with 50 megapixel of wide camera, 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera and 2 megapixel of macro camera. So without a doubt, V23 is the winner here, because it has 64 megapixel of wide camera which can take high resolution of photos. Let's talk about the selfie camera of the devices. V23 have dual camera setup at the front, 50 megapixel of wide camera and another one is 8 megapixel of ultra wide camera, whereas Nord 2 have 32 megapixel of wide camera. So the winner here is V23 because it have dual camera setup at the front which can take high resolution of selfies. Let's talk about the camera features of the devices. V23 have dual tone, dual LED flash, HDR and panorama, whereas Nord 2 have dual LED flash, HDR and panorama. So the winner here is V23. And about the video recording options in their devices, V23 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps and Full HD video max at 120 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization, whereas Nord 2 can shoot 4K video max at 30 fps, Full HD video max at 240 fps with gyro electronic image stabilization. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can shoot Full HD video max at 120 fps. Moving to the performance of the devices, let's start with the operating system of the devices. V23 comes with Android 12 support. On the other side, Nord 2 also have Android 11 support. So the winner here is V23 because it have newer generation of operating system. And about the user interface of the devices, V23 have Fun Touch UI, whereas Nord 2 comes with Oxygen OS. So it's a tie because both of the user interface have different UI. So it's up to you which UI you like it or not, it's up to you. Let's talk about the processor of the devices. V23 is powered by Dimensity 920 5G based on 6nm processor, whereas Nord 2 is powered by Dimensity 1200 5G based on 6nm processor. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can give you faster processing speed. And about the GPU of the devices, V23 is packed with Mali G68, whereas Nord 2 is packed with Mali G77. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can give you more FPS in games. Let's talk about the clock speed of the devices. V23 can clock at 2.5 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset, whereas Nord 2 can clock at 3.0 GHz based on octa-core Cortex chipset. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it has slightly faster clock speed. And about the RAM variants in the devices, V23 have 8 and 12 GB of RAM variant, whereas Nord 2 have 6, 8 and 12 GB of RAM variant. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have multi-RAM options. Let's talk about the internal storage of the devices. V23 comes with 128 and 256 GB of storage, whereas Nord 2 have 128 and 256 GB of storage too. But the winner here is Nord 2 because it have faster read and write speed. And about the external storage of the devices, V23 did not have any external card slot, whereas Nord 2 also did not have. So it's a tie. Moving to the display features of the devices. Let's start with the display size of the devices. V23 have 6.44 inches of display, whereas Nord 2 have 6.43 inches of display. So it's a tie because both of the devices have approximately the same screen size. And about the screen to body ratio of the devices, V23 have approximately 88.0%, whereas Nord 2 have 85.8%. So the winner here is V23 because it have bigger ratio. Let's talk about the screen resolution of the devices. V23 comes with Full HD Plus display. On the other hand, Nord 2 have Full HD Plus display too, so it's a tie. And about the display type of the devices, V23 have AMOLED display having 90Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 Plus support, whereas Nord 2 have Fluid AMOLED display having 90Hz of refresh rate with HDR10 Plus support. So it's a tie. So it's a tie because both of the display have approximately the same property. Moving to the body features of the devices, let's start with the thickness of the devices. V23 have 7.6 mm of thickness, whereas Nord 2 have 8.3 mm of thickness. So the winner here is V23 because it has slimmer body. Talking about the weight of the devices, V23 comes with 179 grams of weight, whereas Nord 2 have 189 grams of weight. So the winner here is V23 because it have lighter body weight. And about the protective glass of the devices, V23 have a Scott Sensation Up, whereas Nord 2 have Gorilla Glass 5. So it's a tie because both of the devices can give you same amount of durability. Let's talk about the build quality of the devices. V23 have glass back and Nord 2 have glass back too. So it's a tie because both of the devices have solid build quality. And about the SIM options in the devices, both of the devices have dual nano SIM support. So it's a tie. Moving to some of the most important features of the devices, let's start with the fingerprint scanner of the devices. V23 have under-display fingerprint scanner. On the other side, Nord 2 have under-display fingerprint scanner too. So it's a tie. And about the sensors in the devices, V23 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass, whereas Nord 2 have accelerometer, gyroscope, proximity and compass. So it's a tie. Let's talk about the battery capacity of the devices. V23 have 4200 mAh of battery capacity, whereas Nord 2 also have 4500 mAh of battery capacity. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have bigger battery capacity. Let's talk about the charging speed of the devices. V23 have 44 watts of fast charging, whereas Nord 2 have 65 watts of fast charging. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it has faster charging speed. Let's talk about the loudspeaker of the devices. V23 comes with normal speakers, whereas Nord 2 have stereo speakers. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it can produce immersive sound. And about the headphone jack of the devices, V23 did not have any 3.5 mm of headphone jack, whereas Nord 2 also did not have, so it's a tie. Moving to the communication chips in the devices, starting with the WLAN of the devices. Both of the devices have Wi-Fi AC, dual band Wi-Fi, Wi-Fi direct and hotspot, but Nord 2 have 6th generation of Wi-Fi which provides a better range. So the winner here is Nord 2. And about the Bluetooth version of the devices, V23 have 5.2 generation of Bluetooth and Nord 2 also have 5.2 generation of Bluetooth, so it's a tie because both of the devices have same generation of Bluetooth. Let's talk about the positioning chips in the devices. V23 have eGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS and QSIS and NAVIC, whereas Nord 2 have dual band eGPS, GLONASS, Galileo, BDS, SBS and QSIS. So the winner here is Nord 2 because it have many chips. And about the USB connectivity of the devices, V23 comes with 2nd gen of Type-C connector with OTG support, whereas Nord 2 also have 2nd gen of Type-C connector with OTG support. So it's a tie. Moving to the price of the devices in the international market, V23 is around $450 whereas Nord 2 is available from $400 In the Indian market, V23 have starting range from 30,000 rupees, whereas Nord 2 is available from 30,000 rupees. So the conclusion of the video is, in the camera, the winner here is V23. In the performance, the winner here is Nord 2. In the display, it's a tie. In the body segment, the winner here is V23. In the features of the device, it's a tie. In the communication chips, it's a tie. And about the prices, it's a tie. So the decision is totally yours. Which device you like the most so far? Let me know in the comment below. What do you think, which device is better for you? So thank you guys for watching this video. If you like our content, please like our video, share this video and subscribe to our channel. Comment what you thought in the comment below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, please like our page TechDad. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, here's my Instagram ID on the screen. This is Amit and I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, bye.